Good morning. It's been a while. Just hit a new bodyweight PR, 98.2, with calibrated to competition scale, whatever you want to call it. So it is pretty heavy right now, but today we have something heavier. We have my primary deadlift day of this block, the last primary of this block. So last week we hit 293 for a double. This week we're aiming for around 300 for a double. So post double today, gonna break by far my regular double PR. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Yesterday I had the squat and bench primary day, and also had belt squats there, and my hip flexor is extremely tight. Like I can barely even take on socks because it's so tight and so hard to like move my knees up. But I think with like warming up a little bit, waking up really, and getting some movement in should be good. And also hip flexors aren't really that important in a deadlift. Alright guys, bulking to 105, day 8 now. It's crazy how far we've come actually, but it's also crazy how much has happened in this time. So today we have my last primary deadlift day as mentioned, and yeah, we have been going really well with the deadlifts recently. 293 last week was really good. So expectations were pretty high for this session. I was expecting to hit around that 300 kilo mark, maybe even 302 or 305. So we're just gonna have to feel it out for the warm-ups. And when it comes to warm-ups for a 1 rep max attempt or a really heavy set or just a like heavy top set or something like that, there's really like many different ways to go about it, but what's important is you're making the weights feel good. So take your time to set up, make sure it's actually like a good setup even in the lower weights. So you build confidence with the lower weights up until the heavier weights, so you can like make the appropriate jumps. So what I'm doing here is taking 220 kilos, which is something I can always do really easy, but still get a good idea of where I'm gonna jump to. So from that, because it moved really good and moved exactly like I wanted to, I just jumped straight into 270 kilos right here, which is gonna be my last warm-up where I can feel things out. And actually, it felt pretty good strength-wise, but it didn't feel that good in terms of bloatness, which is also why in some of these sets you'll see me trying like and setting myself up for the set for a really long time, because I really want to make sure that I get the perfect timing and the perfect setup for it, because if not, it's going to feel clunky and it's going to feel really bad actually. So that's why you'll see me standing here over the bar for like quite a long time to really make sure that it's good. In the competition we have a full minute, so I'm going to use all the time that is needed for me to get the best possible deadlift. So quite the epic set right there. This actually exceeds my current 1 rep max of 302.5 kilos. It is the heaviest weight I've ever successfully lifted, and it's for a double with pauses. So it's going to be really exciting to see what we'll have next block, what we're going to push there, and if it's something heavy, we're probably going to go above like 310, something like that, unless it's higher reps than doubles, but I don't really know that yet. So we'll have to wait and see for that, but it's going to be really exciting. And our backups here didn't feel amazing, but you still have to do the work. As I talked about last week, I think. Even when stuff don't feel great, you still have to do it, man. Now for the real work, the work that's actually getting me stronger, variations and accessories. So first off we have Larsen press here, where I actually end up hitting a PR of 145 kilos for a set of 5. Bench didn't feel amazing today. It felt like I'm pretty fatigued at this point with all of the bench volume. This was the day after I hit that triple at 180 kilos, and I did a lot of like chest accessories after that. So I'm not feeling like the freshest, although I can still perform pretty good on my bench, hitting PRs at like RP 7.5 to 8ish here. So we're still in a good spot with that. And I actually maxed out the leg curls here for the first time ever, so that is really awesome. Hit a somewhat clean set of 12 here, but the most important thing is I'm progressing it without changing the technique, and yeah, full stack. That's awesome. Now at this point I'm starting to really feel a bit fatigued. I've done my heaviest deadlift of the block, and the day before this is where I did my heaviest squat and bench. So within the last 24 hours I've done 15 kilos more than what I did at European Championships with back off stuff, and it's for triples and doubles. So it's like a heck of a lot more. So even though I'm a calorie surplus and I can recover from much more, it is still so much more work than it was like those competitions. And competitions are usually pretty fatiguing. But yeah, 240 squat triple, 180 bench triple, and 305 kilo deadlift double with a pause. That is a lot of stuff. And then we also have back offs for all of those, which are also like somewhat high RPE. And then we have accessories for both days. And yeah, the accessories here, they were alright. Not the best accessories I've ever done, for sure. Kind of like got through it, survived it, still got somewhat of a good hypertrophy stimulus in some of them. But it's really just like to make sure that I'm getting into the volume and I'm not like completely changing that up from week to week, so I can get the predictable training that I want to. But yeah, really like overall good. Fuck man, that was a good one, good session right there. Insane deadlift overall, good back off stuff. Not the greatest, but got the work in with the accessories. It is what it is, man. Insane deadlift, insane squat and bench. This is 15 kilos more than my heaviest total ever, and it's for triples and doubles. So yeah, we're looking really good right now. But today in Denmark is actually Christmas. It is the 24th, and we celebrate Christmas the 24th. I celebrate deadlifts instead, personally, but also a little bit of Christmas. So what I'll do is I will go over to one of my parents, where we're gonna celebrate some Christmas now. But it's also Sunday, so it's also program day, which means in the bus on the way there, I'm just gonna make programs, and hopefully I can find time for everything that I have to do, even though it's Christmas.